Hello everyone, we want to welcome you to our Community Living Toronto Community Participation Supports update for the Spring 2024 season. My name is Caitlin and I'll be presenting alongside Shireen. We are both Program Managers in Community Participation Supports. We are very pleased to announce that we are open across the city at various locations in our different neighborhoods. Each site will have a mix of people with different ratios of support, either 1 to 3, 1 to 5, and 1 to 8. Some of it will be community-based, which is kind of our hub style where they'll meet at the location and then venture off into the community for different activities. Out in the East End, we have our 50 Fairfax location with its newly renovated sensory room and games room, as well as you can see in the middle photo that our mural is outside that was in creation with some of our participants from last season. We also have Foster Connections at 164 Main Street, which is part of our East York location. You can see that they love to do a lot of cooking, as well as getting outside into the community and enjoying community events.
Okay, so here are examples of our other locations, the East Mall and Finch. The East Mall is located in the west end of our city at 65 the East Mall, and Finch is more towards the north end of the city at 1122 Finch Avenue West. And here you'll see some of the examples that Caitlin was just talking about. We have our hub style as well as community events. So you'll see that they're enjoying various activities as well as socializing with new and old friends. Okay, and then just some more examples of what you can expect to experience when you attend any of our community participation locations across the city. We strongly believe in choice here at Community Living Toronto. Choice changes lives and enables empowerment to the people we support. By offering innovative and meaningful experiences for the people we support to engage in, we are truly offering a person-directed approach where people can choose how they spend their day. So how did we do this? We sought out people-minded business who specialize in the co-creation process to help facilitate a co-design process. We engaged with families, people supported, and staff, and brought them to the table to hear what matters most to them, and use this feedback to design a new approach to community participation.
Our drivers include offering services when and how people would like, as Shireen has mentioned before. We want to provide a community, so the people in relationships and in neighborhoods, so our places and spaces with different experiences so that everyone can enjoy. By opening up our newly renovated facilities, we're able to better use our resources to help enable people to make the changes and the choices that they want to do in their life. We are building services and programs to meet the goals and objectives of the peoples and family, which were identified during the design sessions with people-minded business. We're also preparing for the changes that we expect from the ministry's Journey to Belonging framework. We would like to take a moment to thank everyone for their time and ideas and feedback during our ideation sessions with our design teams. We had an east and a west location that came together over multiple sessions to develop what community participation supports means to them and what it could look like in our future. From here, we received amazing ideas and amazing feedback that we started to implement through our 3 different sessions. We have successfully completed 3 offerings in the summer, fall, and winter, and learned that people want opportunities to experience high-quality activities. They would like their hours to be flexible and personalized, as well as experience social and recreational opportunities. You can see these aspects in our experiences through the utilization of external instructors, community-based activities, including going to Woodbine Beach, Little Canada, and Black Creek Pioneer Village, to name a few, as well as different programming blocks, including early evenings and weekend activities. So some of our options and choices that people look forward to having: the support will be offered for up to 12-week terms for 15 hours each week over the calendar year. They will evolve each session based on the feedback that we do receive. So below are just a couple of examples of how you could use your 15 hours of support. So you can have 3 days a week for 5 hours of in-person, or 5 days a week of 3 hours in person. You can have a 2-day a week of in-person and then 3 virtual classes, or you can also have 15 hours per week as you customize and tailor it to yourself.
So we're pleased to announce that registration for our spring session will begin on March 6th for our funded spots. So eligibility is predetermined by Developmental Services Ontario. People supported who previously had a funded spot in our former day programs such as ADP, ETS, and Gooderham, who either live with family or caregivers, external agencies, or in a Community Living Toronto group home, will be eligible to register for our spring experience. For those living in our Community Living Toronto supported living locations, individuals are required to come with their staff based on their support needs. We're also welcoming Youth to Work and Community First individuals to register for up to 6 hours of programs per week. For those who may not meet the eligibility criteria for funded spots, we do have fee-for-service options at 2 locations, Creative Village Studio and Community Junction. Programs are available in person and virtual. There's also offerings for day, evenings, and weekends. You can see the brochures for these 2 locations on our Community Living Toronto website under Community Participation Supports. So once again, registration for our spring experiences and fee-for-service options will begin on March 6th and can be found on mycommunityhub.ca. You can search our experiences by location, barcode or name of program, or season. If you're living in a group living situation or have multiple family members attending, we do recommend creating one account under one email address that all staff or support have access to.
We are also offering virtual programming alongside our in-person programs. Our virtual programs are in partnership with Recreational Respite. They run for an hour long every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 10, 1, and 4, and Saturdays at 10 and 1. Participants log on to the Zoom account and can indulge in different programs including cooking, card making, science, dancing, Zumba, and much more. It is offered as part of the funded community or funded CLTO supported living, but also can be purchased in addition to the 15 hours a week as a fee for service for only $20 a class, which is paid directly to Recreational Respite. If you're interested in joining our virtual programs, you can contact myself at caitlin.close@cltoronto.ca or email our CPS general line at cps@cltoronto.ca. We have additional resources available, including the Spring Experience Guide or any seasonal experience guide, an activity library that can be found on connectability.ca, bookable spaces, and support for registration. An exciting new addition, which is coming soon, is our Community Participation Support site. This will house all the information that you need to know for registration, when the guides are coming out, how to register, and as well as respite services too. We are also offering an activity library filled with meaningful day activities that can be found on connectability.ca. This has been designed and run by Melanie Hooker and her repository group. They've created different meaningful activities under different activity categories. It lays out what materials that you need, the time that potentially could the program happen for, different materials, and how to run the activity. This can be changed depending on the needs of the individuals or the interest of the individuals, but it's just a general guideline of different things to help fill your day. We also offer an internal resource called Bookable Spaces. This calendar can be found on our internal SharePoint site under Association-wide Community Participation Supports. Any one of our staff members can go on to book out the spaces that they're looking for. On our page, you will be able to find what spaces are available, what the space has inside of them, what is the capacity of the space, and what are some activities that you can do in that space. Once you have chosen your space and your location, you just click on the calendar, you'll click on the day that you want, and enter some basic information and click submit. Once submitted, your request will go to the program supervisor, and the program supervisor will be able to approve the request. You will receive an email once your request has been approved. Some of our spaces include a sensory room, a Mobi projector room, different meeting spaces, multi-purpose rooms, different community event spaces, and a games room. Please note that every location is a little bit different. It may not offer all of our spaces, but depending on your area of the city you come from or what you're looking for, we do have something to meet your needs. We always want to hear from you and would love to connect. To reach us, you can reach our CPS general email at cps@cltoronto.ca or give us a phone call at 647-729-2976. If we don't answer, please leave us a voicemail and we do try and get back within 1 to 2 business days. Thank you so much for taking part of this webinar and have a wonderful day.